Hello everybody, hope you're doing really well. Today I am in Worthing, technically near Goring on Sea, on the way to Littlehampton. I suppose it classes as Worthing really. I am literally, situated behind me is a fascinating story. That of the Miller's Tomb. The description actually tells you the Miller's Tale, and I will tell you more about that as we sort of take a look. But come with me, just enjoy this wonderful little story about the tomb that overlooks Worthing and the surrounding West Sussex area, South Downs. Come on, let's take a look. Fascinating story, by the way. Come on. Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm just going to just outright read the notice board actually, because I had all this really cool stuff planned to do this, but actually this actually tells probably a better story than I would have told you. So what we're going to do is just going to read off the board, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to overlay some amazing photos that were there. So the Tale of Miller, John Oliver, is a strange story. It says John Oliver was an eccentric and one of the most colourful characters of this part of Sussex. Some say he was a rogue and a joker, and others just plain crazy. Wherever he was in his life, in his death he created a legend. John Oliver died on the 22nd of April 1793 at the age of 84. He was a prosperous miller working his mill here above Worthing and living in his cottage further down the slope. Strangely, some 27 years before his death, John Oliver had his tomb erected on this site when the land was owned by William Westbrook Richardson. It's reported that in his later years he spent many hours in a small wooden shack that he built at the head of his tomb. One fact that seems to verify his eccentricity. As his tomb was being erected, he also had his coffin made. This he kept under his bed until he was laid to rest at this isolated spot. And it says about John Oliver in 1709 to 1793. It's reported that local press that John Oliver's extraordinary funeral attracted over 2,000 curious members of the public. Despite the solemnity of the occasion, rioting broke out amongst onlookers. It said that his coffin was painted white and was drawn to his tomb by eight ladies dressed in white robes. One of them, Anne Street, then read a sermon at the funeral. One report also suggested that John Oliver was a man of good character and a liberal benefactor to the poor in his neighbourhood. There you go. So there's the mill, believe it or not, and actually the mill was actually on top, pretty much where we are, and then the tomb, as you can see, is here. Remarkable little story, that. Very popular place. Like I said, we're on the South Downs. Yeah, remarkable. Very cool. Very cool little place. Such a beautiful place, this high downhill. Lots of history associated with it. In fact, I just saw an information board that justified what I was going to talk to you about, so that was kind of handy. But on this occasion I'm going to tell you about it rather than cheat a little bit and obviously get some extra information. But the other thing that was noted about the Miller's Tomb was that one of the reasons why it had been erected so soon was cannily enough to be used for smuggling, for contraband. Obviously the windmill was used as a marker stone, and it's quite remarkable to sort of think really of the importance of that, giving it some smuggler's history. We also know that standing behind me here, as it traverses up a little bit more, is High Down Hill Fort, should we sort of say, or Iron Age Fort really. So lots of been settlements here before, and actually if you look in front, you've got the wonderful coast, just like looking down. I'm assuming that's Worthing from, must be, well no, it's not Worthing, it's to the right of it, isn't it? So just across from Worthing, and Beautiful, beautiful. Bit of a gloomy day today, but funny enough, I'm having a really nice time. Just coming down here to check this out. Miller's Tomb's a very interesting piece of history, really, actually. One that a lot of people probably go past and sort of take for granted. Because, you know, himself being a fascinating character, it's sort of, there's so many eccentric sort of people that have sort of like that have left their mark on history and said so many sort of like tales. In fact, actually, we've probably covered quite a few really on this channel, and I'm sure we will do some more as well, especially like one that springs to mind is obviously Mad Jack Fuller and his follies. That's always quite an interesting one to sort of note. But yeah, fascinating, really, a remarkable piece of history. Well, look, I could talk and talk and talk, couldn't I? But in more words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for coming along with me. Take care, everybody. Feel free to spread the word of the channel. Much love. Hopefully you enjoyed that mini little video. Ready? Kapow.